It is a symbol of freedom, a beast of raw power, waiting to be unleashed to anyone who can tame it. Motorcycles have become a way of life for millions and a symbol of deeply held values. They all share a common passion, the love of the open road.
Hi, welcome to American Spirit, man. We got a rocket show today, Jackson, Mississippi Trail of Honor with our good friends, Sky Soldiers. We're gonna take you on an adventure here. We're going through the history of all of the different conflicts. You're gonna get some helicopter rides. You're gonna have a lot of fun. You're not gonna surf away. This show's about the rock, and we're gonna do it now.
Trail of Honor is a tribute to America's veterans. What we've got going on is we've got helicopter rides here behind us. We've got all kinds of military equipment, and we've got over 150 reenactors that are covering every conflict the United States has ever been in. When you depart the back door of the showroom after visiting with the VIPs, you start the trail and you're all the way back in time with original equipment, original uniforms, real historians that you think you're sitting there talking to somebody from over 200 years ago. And as you walk down the trail, you're going forward in time and you're seeing the equipment improve. You're seeing how things change. You're seeing how the service members lived. You also, as you get to the Civil War, we've got the support staff that's here on how they supported the soldiers while they were in the field. We'll have a Civil War reenactment with cannon volleys back and forth. Keep moving forward, you get into the trench warfare of World War I and World War II through the South Pacific. You get to a real feel of what it cost for us to have this freedom. We have German reenactors here for the first time, and we have a World War II skirmish between the Americans and the Germans, which is something we've just added this year, and it's gotten a lot of good feedback. We move into Southeast Asia with Korea and working vintage equipment from that era. We've got a Vietnam fire base, Camp Evans, and there are live reenactments there. And the new exhibit that we've added this year, the Through Your Eyes display, is just absolutely amazing. It is a display set up by a combat cameraman from the Army from Vietnam. He dealt with his own demons throughout the years and what he saw while he was in Vietnam. And he pulled together all of his photos that he had and all of the experiences that he had lived through, and he started building a display. He started adding equipment to it, and it grew and it grew, and he is helping service members that never got a welcome home to see that they're not forgotten, that the sacrifices they made were not in vain, that it's appreciated. But he's got photos of people that have been changed for their entire life. He's got pictures that are good, he's got pictures that are bad, he's got things that you just look at and you wonder, what was this guy thinking at the time? It's an absolute amazing exhibit. It is directly across from our replica of the Hanoi Hilton, and as you walk past it, you walk into the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall area that everything just shuts down. It's quiet, it's sacred ground. That wall back there, we keep that site up throughout the year. It's here for 4 days, but that site's kept up because even though that wall's gone, it's just like those names, it's just like those people that never came back. That site's not forgotten.
While you're here, you're going to hear military helicopters, gunships flying through this facility overhead, and I'll tell you what, you want the feeling and the experience of what it takes to be in combat, you're going to feel it right here. The rides on the helicopters are absolutely out of this world. You can ride a Cobra, a military attack helicopter. You can also be on the UH-1, the iconic Huey helicopter, and still in service, served this country proud in Vietnam, still a workhorse for the U.S. military. I'll tell you something now, whether you served, whether you didn't serve, if you're not emotionally moved in some way being here, you get on those helicopters, you're gonna feel moved, my friends. I'll tell you what, you're gonna walk out of here with a great respect for the military soldier and our veterans.
Here with the Sky Soldiers and the Army Aviation Heritage Foundation, we're honored to be invited to the Trail of Honor here in Jackson, Mississippi. It's a wonderful event. It's always very successful. We feel so welcome. They roll out the red carpet for us. It's great to see the military history from the 1700s all the way to the present. And we bring our helicopters here as a Vietnam contingent, and we really connect with the biker crowd and the general public, and we do rides and flyovers, just as anything we can do to support the event. This Huey was actually in the 61st in Vietnam. It has several thousand hours of combat time. It was shot down and repaired twice. The lucky dice on the tail and the lucky star on the front is the actual nose art that was used, and we're just so proud to be able to have it and fly it again today. Our mission with the Army Aviation Heritage Foundation is to basically travel around and connect the American public with the veterans through the aircraft and through aviation. Everybody knows the sound of the iconic Huey, and we have a lot of people that come for rides or to work with us and volunteer with us, and they want to bring their kids, and we want all the next generations to see the aircraft and appreciate it and know what our veterans went through. And it really is just a big-hearted moment for a lot of these veterans to come back and see a Huey again. They say, well, I never thought I'd see one again. I never thought I'd ride on one again. And we couldn't be prouder to be able to travel these aircraft around and maintain them and winning the hearts and minds, basically, of the American public for veterans.
I met so many people here that have a big heart for reaching out and thanking people who serve, and I was deeply moved many times. You can't get away from these emotions, my friends. If you ever served, you ever been in the military, ever been a policeman. And you know the biker community, the motorcycle community, I want to thank Earl Rotman and the Central Mississippi Harley-Davidson dealer, because they're the one hosting all this. They're the ones making it happen. They're the ones making sure the veterans are remembered.
We are here today in Jackson, Mississippi with the Trail of Honor, and I am participating in the 2014 Run for the Wall. I personally am riding in honor of my husband. He was Army Chief Warrant Officer 4, John W. Ingeman. He sits right here with me wherever I go. He was killed in Iraq in 2006, and I'd also want to try to bring awareness to the Gold Star pins. This Gold Star pin that I wear, you can see it's very small, but this is for our survivor community This is a huge, huge symbol for us. This symbolizes that my husband was killed in service to our nation in a combat theater. The United States Army Survivor Outreach Services Program is a family program designed for our survivor community. And when I say survivor, what that means is survivors of our service members, soldiers, who died on active service in the United States Army or in service to our nation. And what we do is we provide long-term support to those families. And we provide referrals for counseling, emotional support, but our mission is to reassure our family members that they are connected to the Army, their Army family, for as long as they desire.
We've got several rides that are associated with the Trail of Honor. On Wednesday, before the trail opens, we have riders that leave and go to the state line, and they escort the Vietnam Traveling Memorial Wall to the site. It's not just a drive up. We go and get it. We have the missing man formation in front of the wall. We set the wall up on Thursday. On Friday, the governor sponsors a ride, and we ride around the city of Jackson and bring attention to the Trail of Honor, and we bring people into the shop for the opening ceremony on Friday. In addition to that ride, what all of this started with was the Run for the Wall. They'll be coming through Monday about 12 o'clock. They'll be coming from Tallulah, Louisiana, where we'll ride over and meet them tomorrow morning. A handful of us will coordinate with what's going to go on here. This year it's going to be amazing. They're going to come across the state line. They're going to have Hueys and Cobra helicopters escorting them. As soon as they cross into Vicksburg, there's going to be a musket volley, and throughout different spots all the way into Jackson, they will have cannon fire, they'll have mortar fire saluting them as they come into Jackson. As they come into Jackson, they'll come in 55 South, right behind me. They'll pass the shop to a hero's welcome. They'll go down, come back up the frontage road, and they will go back in time. Our service members from present will be lined up furthest down the road, and as they come closer and closer to the Harley-Davidson dealership here in Jackson, Mississippi, the uniforms start to regress. They start going back in time, and it's just an amazing thing. Once they get here, they know they have come home.
Now this is what I'm talking about, Trail of Honor, Jackson, Mississippi. Man, I'll tell you what, they are honoring our veterans in a big way. The men and women serving our nation, watching our sixes, standing a wall, making sure that we walk in the freedoms that you and I have each and every day. This is an awesome location. I encourage you to get here, be a part of it. Get to their website, learn about them, trailofhonor.org. Plan to be here. This is a bucket list must do, man. You want to honor a vet? Get here, learn about what they go through, the issues they deal with.
This is an AH-1 F model Cobra attack helicopter. This is one of the world's first attack helicopter purposely built as an armed helicopter. This aircraft behind me is a true war hero of the United States military, and built in 1967. It's 47 years old. This aircraft went to Vietnam with the 101st Airborne Division in 1969, was several months there and was shot down. The co-pilot was unfortunately killed. It was sent back to the States, rebuilt, went back to Vietnam with 11th ACR, completed the tour there. Then it went back to Fort Knox, Kentucky. At that time, this aircraft was armed with 76 2.75-inch rockets, a 40mm grenade launcher on the nose with 400 rounds a minute, and a 7.62 minigun on the front with 4,000 rounds a minute. Quite a weapon system, and it was designed to escort the Huey and provide ammunition on the targets in Vietnam. In the early 80s, it went back it was in the 101st Airborne Division, and at that time it was upgraded to the present aircraft you see today, a modernized, or as we call them now, an F model Cobra. That's the last version the Army had, and it was upgraded to a 76 rocket, still capable of it. Carried 8-tow anti-tank missiles and a 20mm cannon on the nose that fired 750 rounds a minute. This aircraft was in the 101st Airborne Division for several years. I flew this very aircraft in the 101st Airborne Division as a young major. Afterwards, this aircraft went to Desert Storm and stayed in the 101st after that until its retirement from the military around 2002. So this aircraft is quite a tribute to Army aviation and the history, combat history of this aircraft. We come to Jackson, Mississippi. We support organizations like this and events like this all around the country. We go wherever we can, where we can afford to go. We try to go, and sometimes we go in the hole going to places like this. But we think it's a part of telling the story of the history of U.S. Army aviation, and that's what our organization represents. And that's what's being provided here. Not only the Army aviation, but all branches of the military from the beginning of our country on up to present day are represented on this trail. It's quite a moving experience. If you go through this trail and walk around and see everything that goes on here, if you don't find something that personally touches you, it would be amazing, because this is from the Americans' beginning to the present day. It's touched a lot of families, and there's a lot of people that go through this trail that have lost loved ones, and we take people on flights that have lost loved ones, and they want to sit in the seat where their brother, uncle, sister, daughter sat and were killed, and some of them sacrificed their lives for this nation. And that's what this trail here represents. It's a tribute to the American soldier.
Hey, how about the Trail of Honor, Jackson, Mississippi? Man, I'll tell you what, they got it going on here. American Spirit TV is proud to be a part of this awesome organization and what they do here to honor our veterans each and every year. How about the Sky Soldiers? Man, I'll tell you what, you want chills getting near a UH-1 Huey. Bring back a lot of memories. You know, this particular demonstration is very healing, my friends. You know, our veterans do a lot in allowing us to walk in freedom, and I'll tell you what, you need to get involved. You need to get out there. You need to dig deep. You need to help support these organizations that look for your help. We need to honor these military men, the POWs, KIAs, MIAs. We need to be there for them. We need to get out and be an active part of supporting these organizations. Get to your senators and your congressmen. Let them know that you back them. This organization here, Trail of Honor, they do a wonderful job at the Central Mississippi Harley dealership, and man, I can't thank these folks enough. Each and every week, American Spirit honors not only our veterans, but the patriots out there in the motorcycle community. Man, I'll tell you what, you want some people involved in supporting our veterans, getting involved in every different aspect of supporting our U.S. military. It's the motorcycle community. They got big hearts. They get out there, they take action. They stand behind these folks. Most riders, 9 out of 10 riders, have served or are currently serving in the military. God bless them and their families for their sacrifice.
The Trail of Honor would not be able to take place if it wasn't the support that we have from Earl Rotman, the owner of the Harley-Davidson dealership here in Jackson, or the mayor of Jackson, Mayor Yarber, who has come on board for us to be able to have these helicopters this weekend. And from its inception, we have had support from the governor of the state of Mississippi, the Honorable Phil Bryant, who has been with us throughout his career and now is the governor, and he is pushing this outside the state lines of Mississippi to say, when you get here, you know that you're coming home. Follow us on trailofhonor.org or visit our Facebook page, Trail of Honor.
Well, my friends, I'll tell you what, if you're not moved, something is terribly wrong. We have been deeply moved by what we've experienced here today. Meeting World War II veterans, award recipients, Purple Hearts, Medal of Honor, the kind of people that you will meet and run into here, you will indeed be moved in talking with them and hearing their stories. Going through these reenactments, maybe coming back and saying, hey, I really need to take the time to thank a veteran, to thank a soldier for what freedoms he's allowing me to walk in. On this wall we see here today, there's a lot of names of proud men and women perhaps that served and gave the ultimate price, and they're not with us today. We want to take time each and every day to thank them and take not for granted the freedom we have that they provide us, gladly, by the way. and do what we can. Get involved in organizations, get involved with the Sky Soldiers, get behind Trail of Honor, get behind these organizations that are impacting people's lives and making a difference. Today's show, it's been our honor and privilege to bring to the world national programming, every media resource we have, the information that we brought today in this series, and it truly is our pleasure to do so. I want to give special thanks to the Sky Soldiers demonstration team. They were awesome. I want to thank Earl Rotman and Mac and everyone here today at the Central Mississippi Harley-Davidson dealer. Outstanding people. They're the ones that making all this happen. I want to thank all the volunteers. These people aren't getting paid to be here. They're volunteering. The soldiers that are here guarding this wall around the clock, I want to thank them. And I want to thank you for being a part of watching American Spirit TV. Get out there, shake a vet's hand, shake a soldier's hand, let them know they're appreciated. Get to our Facebook, get to YouTube, check out our shows, go to our website, AmericanSpiritTV.com. We're bringing shows about motorcycles, the exciting people who ride them, and we're definitely, heavily honoring our military veterans and our U.S. military soldiers. Until next time, we'll see you on the next show. Be safe, be cool, be blessed.
Thought I had this whole life figured out. With everything I thought I knew, seems I find myself still in doubt. Could it be more than what I knew?